right, here's part 2. And what I want you to do is I want you to see all 3 equations. I know the last one kind of gets got cut off, but I'll take care of that. This one, does anybody remember this? This is called a direct variation. And remember, here's the constant. And so what happens is that when you start off, here you are, and you're right at 0. So then, remember, your constant means you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 1. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 1. Or we could go down 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1. And there's graphing that line. This one, is it a hoi or is it a vux? Okay, so again, it's a vux. So remember, V stands for vertical. We're going to go through the x-axis, vertical x-axis right here. So there's our x equals -2. And sorry, you can't really see this one over here, so let me slide this one. And my graph paper's kind of off, so I'm just going to pull it over. And notice it's a hoi, so I'm going to put hoi. And remember, we are a horizontal line, so we are horizontal going side to side through -4. So y-axis -4 sitting right down here, and there's our hoi. So when I went and I filled in, I kind of went, and I didn't go through everything, but this one had a slope of 6. This one, what does a vux have for a slope? The slope was undefined. Here our slope was 0. So if you think about it and you go through, I can't remember what the next thing's saying down here because let me drag it up. Ooh, the y-intercept. So what's the y-intercept of this one? So remember, this is your, it got shifted over, so you have to remember, and this is what's bad about screencasting this, but remember, this one, the y-intercept was right here. The y-intercept was sitting right there at 0 because it was a direct variation. This one, when you talk about the y-intercept, tell me about this one. Does this one have a y-intercept? And the answer is none because it doesn't go through the y-axis. Where's this one's y-intercept? Good. This y-intercept is at -4. So why do vertical lines not have a y-intercept? Well, the only one that would be if it went through 0. So that would be y equals 0. So the rest of them don't have a y-intercept. I'm going to switch now to going over this next part. And I guess I got cut off a little bit at the top again, but I'm going to show you that what do you do if you have to graph things that aren't in slope-intercept form? Okay, you've already done this. We have to solve for y, and then we have to graph it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to remind you to move everything away. So I'm going to subtract the x. And notice what I'm doing is I'm putting the x term in front because I want slope-intercept form. So now I'm going to divide by 3, in fact, -3. Here the negatives cancel, so I get x over 3, and I'm going to slide a 1 there. And then 6 divided by -3 is -2. So my slope is 1/3, and my y-intercept is -2, so my equation is y equals 1/3 x minus 2, and I actually got it written right there for you. Here, I did this one a little bit different because I noticed y is, and then you have a 0, so remember we have a direct variation. That's kind of cool to know, but I'm just going to move the y because the y is negative. So if I do that, I just add y over here. And there it is. So remember, my slope is 3 or 3 over 1. My y-intercept, well, I don't have one, and there was my equation, y equals 3x. So a direct variation. Okay, now let's go to the next screen and see what we have next. Okay, and again, it's getting cut off a little bit at the top here. Sorry, I'll set my pen down, and we'll go back. And here you are. Kind of nice that number 4 is already in slope-intercept form, but number 3 isn't. So the first thing I'm going to do is move the 8x over. So I'm going to subtract it. And so now I have 4y. I have my -8x, and I have plus 12. So I divide by 4. And here it is, -2x plus 3. So that's my equation. And so then you just go ahead and say your slope is -2 over 1, your y-intercept is 3, and then you can graph it. So I'm going to go to 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put my y-intercept, and I'm going to go drop 2 over 1. Drop 2 over 1. Remember, you can go up 2 over 1 also. And there's your line. This one, well, it's kind of nice. It's already in slope-intercept form. Why? It's already solved for y. So my slope is 3 over 4. My y-intercept is -7. So on this one, I better slide this down. I think I have to slide my graph up for you to see this. I'm down here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my slope is a rise 3, so 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's your line right there. This one is a positive slope because it's pointing up and right. This has a negative slope because it's, if you want to say up and left, or dropping right. Okay, let's go to the next screen. Oh, and guess what? You can quit until tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll do a warm-up 5-3. We have a Quizlet, and I'm going to say probably not IXL. I want you to work on your study islands, okay? If you are totally done, you got to make sure. There's more in Chapter 5 than any other chapter. So I'm going to stop there, and then we'll pick up tomorrow.